Hello and welcome to Uncle Buck's Garage. Today we're going to do something special. My son-in-law is here. My son is here. It's a nice sunshiny day here in Oklahoma on a Sunday. And we are going to see if we can get this beast fired off today. Explain to the public what this car is again.
So, I know you had it in the previous video, but for those of y'all that didn't catch that one, it's a 1976 Cadillac Mirage. It was one of 204 ever made. It's pretty much a coupe de ville with a truck bed on it and a 500 cubic inch.
It's a Cadillac El Camino. Yeah, it's every bit of a 500 cubic inch, but this thing is slick. It's got how many thousand original miles?
26, I think. 26 or 28,000
original miles.
Non-roll, yeah.
And it's been sitting for 38, 39 years.
Yeah.
So we're pulling plugs. We're going to spray some stuff down the holes. We're changing the battery out, and we're going to pull the valve covers and turn it and make sure that the valves are moving before we put the key to it. Right. And the first thing we did was we put a bottle of B12 Chemitool down that carburetor vent tube, which all this thing is original. There's been nothing taken off this car. It's completely original, which is what you want to find when you're looking for a project.
I had a little trouble driving it because of the size, maybe, too.
Okay. So from what he remembers is that this wasn't parked because it was broke. It was parked because his grandfather lived way back in the bushes and didn't want to drive it up and down dirt road every day. So he basically just parked it in a barn, and it sat for almost 40 years. Now I want to show you. That's the plug that came out. That's clean. That's normal running for the early 80s. I mean, we're going to wire brush these up and we're going to reuse these because they're actually in excellent shape. And all the plug wires, they got the suction. Then you can tell by the tops, they've been protected from the elements. So we're going to wire wheel these up and reuse these. I just want to get you in here and let you see this. Now this is legitimately a 500 cubic inch, and so we got all the plugs out, and while we got it out, we're going to shoot a little bit of magic juice down them holes. Man, these old cars, they are so slick. They're so easy to get to. Everything is right here. Okay, so 2 squirts a piece, and this is just because we're going to pull all the plugs, squirt the holes. We got new stuff in the carburetor bowl. We got a new battery for it that we're changing out, and we're going to leave the plugs out while we turn it over a couple times and get some lubrication in them holes, because they're dry after 40 years. Okay, we got valve cover off, and look at how clean this is. We've done nothing with this. This is just the way it was in the barn, and holy cow.
Where'd that bolt go?
We're going to spritz a little lubricant on this, but holy cow, I wasn't expecting this. Where'd
that bolt go?
You can read the numbers on the bolt heads. Wow, this is impressive. This is impressive. So we're going to throw some lubricant on these, and we got stuff in the hole. We're going to see if we can get this to spin by hand real quick. Wow, this is cool. Okay, we're going to bump it and see what happens. All right, let's give it a bump. Ooh, let's see. Ooh, okay, keep going. Yep, we're good. Everything's moving. Do you hear everything on that thing? That's the first time power's been to it in probably 30 years. And everything tried, all the little buttons and bells and whistles are all bing, ding, ding, but she spins free and clear. And so we had put Marvel in the holes, and we moved it and it went, so we hit it and we're good to go. We're putting this thing back together again. We'll see if we can get this thing to fire today. All right, here's where we're sitting. Plugs are back in. Valve covers are on with new valve cover gaskets. Everything moves. Do some marble on top of everything. Plugs are wire wheeled, put back in. Power steering fluid's full. Radiator's got water in it. Transmission's got fluid on dipstick. That's important. Always, if it's been sitting forever, check the dipstick. Even though it's probably have drained out of the casing into the pan, you want to make sure there's fluid in it. So you don't want to start the front pump up on a dry torque converter. And we're going to finish putting the spark plug wires on that side. And then we're going to see if this bitch will bust off. Okay, you guys are going to kill me. I got so excited because it fired off that I forgot to film. But she's running. And we're airing tires up right now and picking up tools. Okay, what we did find out was that power steering pump's intact, air conditioner intact. Don't think the alternator is working very good. The belts, after they got the glaze and all the dust knocked off of them, they stopped squeaking. And she's running smooth as glass. So we put 3 gallons of gas with some Marvel and some Berryman in the tank. And we're airing the tires up and see if we can get this thing to move on its own. So I think we're ready to get her graduated from the backyard to the front yard. I think that's the tire that only holds air for about 5 minutes, but the rest of them were holding air for a long time. So crossing our fingers, we may be able to get this thing to move on its own power. We might have to put a strap on it to get out of the holes since it's been sitting here for a couple of months. And it's been raining profusely for a whole week and a half every day. So let's see what happens.
I'm gonna go forward or backwards?
Forward.
Yeah, go deeper into the swamp, Chris.
Easy, yeah. Well, I didn't want to do that, but okay. Listen to that thing purr. And in gear she went. Nice and easy. Go.
Nope. Ah.
It's okay. Shut her off. Hey. Shut her off. She's spinning in back. She's been sitting in the mud and dirt.
I was trying not to get it too hard. So.
Yeah. Yep. We're going to get the source strap.
The radio works.
I figured it would. Headlights work. Turn signals. Turn signals work. Okay, she's on the concrete. She's dirty. You can tell where she's been sitting in the dirt for 6 months. But it pulled itself into this spot. Pulled forward, reversed back, everything, and it's already quit smoking with total 5 minutes worth of running. So she's already cleaned up the cylinders. So the plan is tires, pull the alternator, make sure it's working, and we're going to have a radiator because it is leaking. As you can see, the radiator is leaking already. But that's to be expected with the radiator, with that old. She's got a vacuum leak. She's running a little high. We'll spray some stuff on it and see if we can find the vacuum leak. It was probably something we forgot to put back on, since that's my first Caddy. So if you're still here, stay tuned, because there's going to be more while we get this thing fixed and get it on the road, clean it up, make it look beautiful again. 38,000 miles is pretty freaking cool. So y'all have a great day, because a great day today can mean a moving on its own power Cadillac in the morning. Y'all be good.